airlines who board passengers without PCR results, or who transport or disembark passengers with positive PCR test results into Accra will be fined $3,500 per passenger. Ghanaian residents who depart Ghana and return within 1 week will no longer be required to present a COVID-19 result from the country of departure. They will, however, undergo mandatory COVID-19 testing upon arrival in Ghana. Passengers will be subjected to the mandatory COVID-19 test at the airport terminal at a cost to be borne by the passengers as indicated as following. Ghanaian and ECOWAS citizens now, effective, I think, 8th of February, 6 p.m. UTC, pay $50. All other passengers will continue to pay the $150, and this must be paid before embarkation. And if that doesn't take place, the airline will be sanctioned for it. Non-Ghanaian passengers may be refused entry and returned to the point of embarkation at a cost to the airline if there's no proof that they have complied with these guidance notes. Ghanaian passengers will have their passports seized, the passenger handed over to the state security agencies and taken into a 14-day mandatory quarantine at the designated location at the passenger's cost. That is for those who, for some strange reason, it is found that they have not complied. The airline will be surcharged and the individual will also face the measures that I have just mentioned. All arriving passengers who test positive for COVID-19 will undergo mandatory isolation and treatment at a designated health facility or isolation center at a cost to the passengers except Ghanaian citizens. I want to take that again. All arriving passengers who test positive for COVID-19 will undergo mandatory isolation and treatment at a designated health facility or isolation center at a cost to the passengers except Ghanaian citizens. At first, the state was bearing the entire cost. This is an amendment of the guidance note, so please do take note and let the world know. Now, for passengers who are transiting and transferring through Accra, they will not be required to take the COVID-19 test in Accra. Transit passengers will be required to adhere to COVID-19 testing requirements for the destination countries. Some category of persons are exempted from this. Airline crew, as has been advertised already, are exempted from the pre-departure and arrival COVID-19 testing and should follow the airline policy for testing. There's a separate policy for them. They'll have to follow that one. Children under 5 years of age will not be required to undergo testing on arrival at the Kotoka International Airport. Passengers who arrive under emergency circumstances, such as diverted flights, will not be required to undergo testing if they do not leave the airport or remain in isolation in their hotel. Children between the ages of 5 and 12 years will be required to pay for testing at the new rates. That is the new rates that I've just outlined. And then very finally, for passengers who are departing the Ghanaian jurisdiction, passengers will be required to adhere to the COVID-19 testing requirements for their destination countries. Departing passengers will undergo temperature screening at the entrance of Terminal 3, and passengers are advised to arrive at the airport at least about 4 hours before scheduled departure time to enable all of these COVID protocols to be adhered to.